Okay, I just went shopping for some produce and other things last week, so this is a small grocery haul, just some things that I ran out of last week that I didn't need when I went shopping last time. I gotta work out a system. I have been buying this muscle milk to drink before I work out so that I have something in my body, a protein-rich substance that's not too heavy. So I prefer to have only a liquid before I work out, and I haven't tried the vanilla yet. I've been buying the chocolate for a while. I really like it. This is the protein that I add to my shakes, and I guess they have a chocolate flavor now, but I prefer the vanilla because it tastes real good with the fruit. This is something new. I'm trying Greek yogurt. It's really high in protein. I got a regular one and a honey one. These are 3 or 4 times the price of a regular yogurt. It was like $1.70 for each of them. But they do have 13 grams of protein. They're a little bit high in sodium, 50 milligrams, but that's about the same as a lot of yogurts out there. So I'm going to give those a shot, see what I think about them. The honey one I might just eat plain, and the vanilla one I'm probably going to add to a shake at some point. See how I like that. More coconut milk. I got 2 containers of organic soy milk because my husband has been putting it in his coffee and it's been disappearing awful fast. I wrote my Weight Watchers points on everything. I usually do that right when I get back from the grocery store. It's just nice to pick something up and be like, oh, this is such and such per serving. This is 3 points for an 8-ounce serving, but sometimes I only just have 4 ounces of it, but at least I know that it's half of that when I do. I was making my own breakfast sandwiches for a while, and my house just smelled like eggs so bad all the time, and it almost ended my marriage. We just couldn't stand the smell of the eggs, even though I was the one causing it. So I bought these. I don't really love them, but only 6 points. I have a weakness for breakfast sandwiches. Alright, I got a nice big old bag of kale. I throw this in my shakes. It's probably one of the best veggies, nutrient-wise, or best greens to add to shakes, and I can barely taste it, so that's fine with me. Got some more carrots and some more frozen strawberries. I originally got those because strawberries were like $5 for a container at my grocery store for a while, and I actually think they taste better, and they add a little bit of coolness to my shakes without having to add ice, which is nice. So that's all I needed for produce today. You may remember last time I got some of the Mountain Rise granola, but I got a flavored one, and I just didn't like it. I wanted the plain one. This is actually probably the last thing anyone else in the world would want to eat. I don't know. People tend to like granola with a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know if you can see it. I just love this stuff. I love the flavor of it, and it's nice and plain. I could just have a couple little crumbles of it with a shake, or if my tummy's growling, and I don't really have to have a full 5-point serving. So I got more almond breeze. This is the last unsweetened original in the store. That happens all the time. So I make pizza every single Sunday night. Something my husband grew up with was pizza night every Sunday. So I have fresh pizza dough here, but this isn't the one I'm going to use tonight. This is one that I'm going to cut up into 14 individual pieces for 3-point individual pizzas if I want to make one during the week, or if he wants to. If one of us doesn't happen to be home for dinner, we can just have a small one, or you can actually even make a calzone or some breadsticks, whatever. But if I flatten this out, cut it up, and throw it in the freezer, it's going to be good for a few days. So now, problem I have here is I've been craving macaroni and cheese really bad lately. And what I did last time I went grocery shopping, is I bought a regular container of just plain macaroni and cheese, just the generic at my grocery store. And I removed the cheese powder, and I put the pasta in a plastic bag because I didn't want to waste it. I'm sure somebody can get use out of it at some point, but I used my own whole grain pasta. I think I had a whole grain and a whole wheat. The whole wheat didn't taste as well, but it still worked, and it satisfied my craving for the macaroni and cheese. So I do what would be just one serving. I don't know what the points value is for just the powder, though. I counted my butter and my milk that I added to it, but I can't find the powder mix. I looked online, but I wasn't very successful. So I had to just estimate that based on what the finished product was on the box, but they're talking probably full fat butter and milk. So if anybody has any ideas there, let me know. I did need more pasta though, because I used up the rest of it when I tried this. This was the one that I had. I bought more of it. This is probably my favorite right now in terms of whole grain pasta. I just really like this one. And I got some elbows. This is, I don't know, I think this is a good pasta for an oil-based, like if you're trying to get oils in and you want to do an olive oil-based sauce, because it's got little ridges in it and it's spiraled, so it holds onto the oil better. I got some more feta, I was out of mayonnaise, and I got strawberry preserves because another thing this week I've been craving is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's funny because one night this week my husband wasn't home and I was supposed to make dinner for myself. You know, I had to make sure I ate my points for the day, and all I wanted was peanut butter and jelly. So I had 1.5 sandwiches to make sure that I had enough for what I had left for my points, and I used the rest of my jelly. So I bought more of that, preserves. They were out of my butter. I normally get the whipped Smart Balance. I think it's got a lot less sodium than this one does, but this is the one that I bought in the meantime. Grocery shopping on a Sunday in the early afternoon is terrible because it's busy and they don't have anything that I usually buy. So I made do. This is my new favorite bread. Arnold breads are so delicious. I just never really eat things or decide to eat things or whatever that are just with sandwich bread. So I don't buy it often, but I've been on a kick lately. So I got more of that. That is 1 point for 1 slice. I got more of the Arnold thins. These are the multi-grain ones. Some mozzarella cheese. This is the kettle corn that I mentioned. Maybe I didn't mention this, but I mentioned Jenna in one of my grocery haul videos. And this is the kettle corn that she had mentioned. Jenna, this stuff is delicious. I got some yellow Spanish rice and some black beans. This is the chicken that I use for my chicken salad sandwiches. What I do is I mix usually 1.5 tablespoons of light mayonnaise with the chicken. I put it in whole wheat bread. Then I also throw in a handful of walnuts. This is wasa bread. This is a really crispy, like cracker bread. What I like to do with this is just spread a thin layer of Laughing Cow spreadable cheese on it and eat that as like an afternoon snack. Sometimes I'll slice up an apple and throw it on top. That's really good. I've been craving, usually I don't, please excuse me, I do not know much about Lent, but I know that Lent means that McDonald's advertises their Filet-O-Fish sandwiches every half hour on the radio and on TV. And I only ever want fish sandwiches, fast food for fish sandwiches this time of year because they're always in my face. It's a weird thing. My sister picks on me because she says it sounds so gross. I don't think they're gross, but I go on these, as you can tell, with the macaroni and cheese and with the peanut butter and jelly, I go in these phases where I want to eat the same thing for weeks at a time, and then I get sick of it and move to something else. So in the spring, it's usually hard-boiled eggs and fish sandwiches. I know, whatever. Tell me I'm gross. So I got these. They're 5 points for 2 fillets. I usually only have 1 though, and I'll put it on an Arnold thin, and I'll make my own tartar sauce with light mayonnaise and, hi Lucy, and with, help me out, relish. So I got those. These are Vitatops. These are the chocolate ones. I have the banana nut ones I just bought recently. Pretty yummy. Nice little snack. You can microwave them, put them in the toaster oven, whatever. Just a nice little something. And it makes me feel better because it's got fiber in it. And I don't know, I don't feel as guilty about stuff when it's pretty rich in fiber for the serving. More of my white mint truffles. I'm almost out, and I'm starting to think I can't live here unless I have them in the freezer. So that is my tiny little grocery haul for today. Not a whole lot of staple stuff, just some things that I ran out of and wanted to share it with you. Hope you guys are having a nice sunny day like I am today, and I'll see you soon.